Definitely, especially at the stadium. When I look around, I'm very nostalgic. I won 2 national championships over on that field over there, so obviously this is a special place and one that feels like home. And it also makes me take a step back and remember kind of a long time ago when everything was pretty much first starting out.
Do you have those emotions? Do you have that wave of emotion that hits just when you come back here?
Definitely. I think this is a very special part of my life and part of kind of my career. And I'll always say these were the best 4 years of my life here. Some of my best football memories were playing for the Tar Heels. So for me, I feel very grateful for this place, and it will always hold a special place in my heart.
From your time here at Carolina to today, how have you seen this look different in terms of like the support for women's soccer and the game growing in that time frame?
I think we were a little bit spoiled as a university with the support that we had. Obviously, the stadium looks a little bit bigger, a little bit fuller now. Coming back, playing the Courage here is a special thing to see, because when I was in school here, we didn't have a women's professional team playing here. So I think that's very cool. So in the overall, I guess, evolution of the game, it's really positive to see this place taking a big step in progressing women's football.
You've been on the big teams and you've won the tournaments and everything. Is there a feeling or some way that you know when a team is ready to take that next step and not just win a few games next summer in the World Cup, but win it all?
Yeah, this is obviously a huge step for this team. This is what we have to go through to qualify. I think everybody just assumes that because we are the best in the world that we automatically qualify for everything, and we don't. And actually this tournament, this format is very difficult. We're familiar with the opponents, but the stakes are so much higher than any kind of friendly game or anything you can kind of replicate in the build-up. But obviously our preparation has been fantastic. I think the team's in the best place possible for this tournament and for this kind of big step that we have to take. But we have to do it, and it's not going to be easy, and we all know football, anything can happen in 90 minutes. So just our preparation has had to be almost double a normal preparation for a game, because the stakes are so much higher in this tournament and with the format that's ahead of us, and playing an opponent like Mexico who we're so familiar with, all the familiarity goes out the window in games like this, and we really have to be prepared for any situation we're going to possibly face.
Speaking of that preparation and the practice leading up to Thursday's game, I know that everybody loves practicing with their NWSL team, but when you come out here with this collection of talent, how does it feel different?
Coming out here and practicing with this group is always another level. You can't replicate it anywhere in the world. The intensity of practice is top-notch, the competition, everything, and that's what makes this team so special. I think everybody sees the games, obviously, but in order to be as good as we are in the games, it comes down to our training and the way that we push each other and kind of the expectation that everybody has at this level. It's something that can't be matched, and I think it's something that brings out the best in every player.
Since you know the area, have you played tour guide to some of the other women on the team?
No, actually, it's funny because Chapel Hill is obviously pretty far away from where we're staying, and for me, that's where I spent my four years, was on Franklin Street. You know, I never really ventured outside of campus, so that's really familiar to me. But it's funny, I take 20 minutes outside and I'm completely lost.
Sam was a mainstay of this roster before getting hurt at the end of last year. How have you seen her grow, be it mental toughness, physical, things of that nature?
Yeah, I think Sam has everything, and I think she always has had everything, and her growth in this environment has been incredible. She's a fantastic player and a fantastic team, and I think even more so she's a leader, and I think on her club team everybody was able to see that a lot. And her just ability, she gives us something special on this team and a part of this roster, and I think she's a mainstay. I think she's got the kind of U.S. women's national team blood, when you kind of, there's a certain kind of character that it takes to be on this team and to play for this team for a long time, and I think she completely has it, and she gives us a lot.
Did you give her any sort of advice when she was rehabbing, going through that process? Because she says she's been hurt, obviously, but she's never been injured.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, everybody has their own journey, but if you're going to play on this team, especially for a long time, you're going to go through it at some point. I mean, it's part of kind of the job description, and I think at the end of the day, everybody knows that they're actually going to be stronger for it. Going through it, obviously, is the worst part, but I already see so much growth in her within the last year, which is pretty cool. And it gives you a perspective not just on yourself, about other people as well. And it gives you a whole nother level when you have to dig somewhere you haven't had to dig before. And I totally see that with her.
You say there's a certain kind of character that the women on this team have. Can you describe the qualities of that character? And for you, was that learned or just born?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think the amazing women that came before us kind of showed us the way and showed us what that was like, and that kind of winning type of mentality. And whenever you step into such a successful team, there are those expectations that are known. And I think for some people, it's in them already. And I think for some people, it certainly can be learned. And in this environment, whatever the case, it pulls it out of you. It pulls out all of those things that it takes to be an elite athlete and at the top of your game. And what's, I think, so unique about this environment is there are no days off in this environment. People think like, oh, you made the team, but there's no actual making of the team. Every single day you're making a team. So when you have that, and you have that for a long time, that's character building.